Bada bing.
If you guys could see like the last few minutes, a few seconds before we go live, what exactly goes on behind the scenes? Totally hilarious. He's grabbing my Bible, grabbing a blanket, grabbing iPad. It's just kind of crazy. And I'm just sitting here holding my tea. Anyway, it's Saturday.
That's what you do. You hold your tea and I do all the work.
Oh my goodness. It's Saturday, live at 9. Everybody check in.
She just went right on past that. She just eats the chocolate cake. I do all the work.
Oh my goodness. No chocolate
tea.
cake.
I do all
No
the
chocolate
work.
cake. Do you know somebody actually made me the most delicious strawberry cake this week? Absolutely amazing. I had
How much
a
of that
piece
did I
and
get?
a half. You know what? You didn't eat any. Guys, he doesn't even like cake. Texas sheet cake is the only cake he likes. Please do not even start down this thing. The strawberry cake was very, 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 very good.
You ate the whole thing.
I did not.
Is there any left?
No.
Right.
I I did not eat it all. No.
There's none left.
I did not. No, I did not. Anyway, so it's Saturday Night Live. Everybody check in. If you're watching, at least say hello. Tell us how you're doing. Hopefully your week's been great. Hopefully you've had a great weekend. Fall weather.
If he had a chance to eat cake, he might like it.
No, he doesn't eat cake. He doesn't
Right.
eat cake. For his
Right.
birthday, he gets ice cream cakes
Steak
normally.
over cake. Yes.
Yeah. Who said that?
John Hiltz.
Yeah, steak over cake.
Says steak over
Yep.
cake.
Super excited. Speaking of John Hiltz, tomorrow, prior to our services starting, John and I will be talking about Love Goes and a ministry that is very near and dear to John's heart, and it's got an incredible story, and we're going to give you the opportunity to hear about this ministry and to an opportunity to sow into this ministry. So I'm excited.
She's trying to
about
bail
that.
herself out of talking about the cake.
No, I'm not trying to bail
Yeah.
myself out.
Trying to be
I'm
all-
super excited. We're going to go live. I think it's
See?
like 10 minutes before. So John and I will be talking.
John, ask her about the cake.
He's not going to ask me about the cake. He's going to ask. We're going to talk about this ministry that's super,
the
super,
cake is
super
important.
amazing. You know, anyway, if you can join us tomorrow, 10 minutes before service starts, live, on site, and online, you're going to hear all about this ministry. Super excited. Don't forget, this seems like a great way to segue into this. Guys, I've got some questions tonight and everything.
I
I'm
got
like
some
super
questions,
excited.
too.
Yeah, you probably do. Anyway, it gives me a great way to segue into Love Goes for the month of September. Don't forget, we are collecting bars of soap, toothbrush and toothpaste, deodorant, feminine hygiene products, and there's one other thing that I cannot remember on the list that we're collecting this month. It's 5 things.
Toothpaste.
A toothpaste and toothbrush, feminine hygiene products, deodorant, bars of soap, and I cannot remember the 5th one. But it's going for these. They'll be made up into bags for some organizations. Some organizations will just take the items that were donated. But it's going to the Promise in Marion, Illinois, the Carbondale Warming Center in Carbondale, Illinois, and the Lighthouse shelter in Marion, Illinois. And if we have any left over, shampoo and conditioner.
Thank you, Megan.
Yes. Anything like that, guys. There's so many needs out there, and so this is just a great way for you to be involved in that and to give love. And was reading about the hurricane that just hit in Pensacola.
With Sally.
And Hurricane Sally. And I mean, there's just been so many things. The fires going on in California. I was listening to the radio station out there today, and one of the fires is only 15% contained. And there's just like, they said it's been like the worst year. And if you see those pictures, it's like orange. Like it doesn't even, my friend did a time lapse as she was on a plane and she was coming from Colorado into California.
I was distracted. I was thinking about cake.
Oh my goodness. You don't even eat cake. Anyway, time lapse coming in from Colorado into San Francisco. And I mean, it was just like freaky how it went from, I don't want to say clear skies, but gray skies into orange skies. So anyway, so that's Love Goes. I'm super excited about that. Shampoo and conditioner, absolutely. Thank you, Laurie. Laurie's on tonight. Barb is on and telling us that. So a weekend of hard, fast greens. Ooh, what's that mean, Eric? I'm curious. Like golf? Oh, gotcha. I was like thinking that it was going to be like spinach and kale. I'm like, a hard fast of greens. That's awesome. Like, hard fast. Like, that'd be taking them away, I guess. I don't know. Sorry. I had no idea. I have no idea. I don't even know what he's saying right now. I'm not even going to look. Okay. Instead of eat more chicken, it's eat more cake now. Yeah, eat more chicken. Hey, those are like some of the greatest
She can't eat
awards.
any more cake. She ate it all.
Yes. All right. Please pray. Oh my goodness, we have a prayer request that's come in tonight. Tracy's checking in. And she said, please pray for my best friend's brother, Michael Dennison, who is missing. He has slight mental illness and left his home north of Heron last night. He's a diabetic and needs insulin daily. Absolutely, Tracy, praying for Michael. that he would be found quickly, and that he would get the help that, the insulin that he needs. So.
Earlier today, Chrissy Anderson sent in a prayer request. Her friend was, I believe, killed in a motorcycle accident, if my memory's right.
Man.
And I read the headlines of what happened. So.
Yeah, praying.
Yeah,
That's
lots
definitely,
of things to pray for.
Definitely praying.
Praying for Brian, praying for him. Glad to see Terry is doing better. Terry Stillman is doing better.
Oh, that's so good to see. I didn't see that. That's awesome. That is amazing. What is wrong with eating the whole cake? It's important. That's right, Sarah. I'm with Sarah on that. Hello, I'm improving every day and feeling more like myself. You know what? That's so awesome, Terry. Shingles they are awful to deal with. I know my mom dealt with shingles after her mom was either right before her mom passed away or right after. And, brought on by, a lot of times it's brought on by stress. And so I definitely praying for you, Terry. My grandfather actually had shingles in his eye one time. And that was just horrible. So definitely praying for you, Terry. Yes. My cousin and brother that had COVID is doing good. Good to hear that, Barb. Good to hear that. I was talking to someone today that they just found out 2 of their family members have been was diagnosed with COVID. So definitely praying for their family, and just so many needs in the world going around. So if you do have a prayer request, this is a great way, guys. This is how we stay connected. So, and we know what's going on. So please, if you put prayer, feel like you want to put a prayer request, we would definitely pray for you tonight. So cake is delicious. Absolutely, Lindsay. I love cake. Should not eat cake.
We know you do.
Yes, absolutely. She feels better. She power washed part of the house today. Wow. So Terry is feeling better. So that's awesome.
Mr. Arsini is on. Hello, sir.
Hey, Arsini. So good to see your
Childhood
name.
friend who had COVID came home today.
Oh my goodness, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Anybody recovering from it is a good thing.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
So today is Pastor Edward's birthday.
Yes. Yes. Yep.
He is 22.
Yes.
22.
And not feeling blue.
Yeah. You haven't sang happy birthday in a while.
I know I haven't. So here we go. You ready? Oh, prayers for the Bouchard family. They lost their 19-year-old son. Oh my goodness. John, I'm ready for some pumpkin pie.
Yeah, the 19-year-old, if my understanding is right, is in that accident.
Oh my goodness.
Les Mitchell is in Deaconess Hospital, needs prayer. Hello, Vera.
Yeah. Hey, Vera.
Please tell Les hello.
Yes,
and we're praying
and
for
we
him.
are praying right now in the name of Jesus. So many things. I'll sing happy birthday in just a moment. I'm looking through here. John says he's ready for some pumpkin pie, and I'll talk about pumpkin pie in just a few moments after we get through these prayer requests, because I got a question for you guys. It was asked me today, and very interesting, like the responses at the Chalk It Up event today. Prayers for my brother-in-law, lost his father on July 25th, and buried his mother today. Oh my goodness. Definitely praying, Tanya. That's gut-wrenching. That is absolutely gut-wrenching. Wow. Man, so many needs coming in. If you have a prayer request, go ahead and put that in the comments.
Praying for that,
my
Barb.
back is killing me.
Praying for you, Sarah.
Absolutely. Get up and move, girlfriend, as much as you can. If that helps you, do what you can. I know it's hard to move sometimes.
We love you too, Vera. We miss you guys.
Yes.
You know you're doing the will of the Lord for your lives, but we miss you.
Amen. Definitely praying.
And
Definitely praying.
Boy, Les and Vera, you've been gone a long time.
Yeah.
6-7 years, I think.
Yeah.
But so glad to stay in touch.
Yeah. That's that's the positive side of social media, is being able to stay connected with people. Gerald, I think, is on in California. Moved from here back to moved to California, and it's just great to get to Oh, John, praying for you. Definitely praying for you. Oh my goodness, poison ivy is not fun at all.
I've never had it.
I don't.
My neighbor tells me there's poison sumac or something like that
behind us.
us, and I'm like, I think I'll stay out of that.
So my friend was posted on Facebook the other day.
Hello, John Thomas.
That she has poison ivy, and she had poison ivy like face, neck, I don't even know, different things she had. It was just awful, but she was diagnosed with COVID, and her doctor would not give her a shot to help her with the poison ivy because she had COVID. She was in misery. And so she had to go back and get another COVID test to go back to work. Test was negative, so thank God for that. But the lady that administered the COVID test felt so bad for her that she went and got a shot for her for the poison ivy. So I'm like, oh, that just would be miserable. Yes.
From Alaska.
Oh, my goodness. That's awesome.
We miss you too, Gerald.
We do.
Hopefully you're staying safe out there. Prayerfully, all is going to be well.
Yes.
Lots of things to pray for.
I should say so many different prayer requests coming in right now. And so that's awesome, Victor. I know a lot of people.
I don't know if I am.
Not.
I'm just not going to chance it because I've never had it. So.
Well, definitely praying. I mean, that is treats this poison ivy. It takes the itch out.
Bleach kills anything.
Yikes. Yikes. Okay, so pumpkin pie. John said he can't wait for pumpkin pie.
I was going to tell you, Peter Haas, our friend in
Minneapolis.
They reshared his article about is the cure killing us, but he wrote another one, and it's very good too. So
I need to go check that out.
Yeah. So but the cure here of bleach and water and putting that on your skin is oh
wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Paula says, prayers for the Davis family. My son-in-law lost his grandfather this weekend. I'm so sorry to hear that. Definitely praying for Terry and his family, that God would just strengthen them and give them peace. I don't know, just such a such a trying time already, and then you factor in just life. Life happens, and a part of it's just so definitely praying for all those families who have lost loved ones during this time, and definitely praying for Terry and the Davis family.
So you have to sing happy birthday still.
I do. So it's Edward. McDonald's pumpkin pies are awesome. So you know what? We should probably get Edward a pumpkin pie, put a little candle in it, and then we can light it. All right, here we go. Because it's at Pastor Edward's birthday today, so join in wherever you're at. We're going to sing happy birthday. Sing it loud enough that maybe he'll hear you all the way where he's at. You ready? Here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Edward. Happy birthday to you. Woo! All right, yay.
Yeah. So,
yes.
They want to know if I've ever had pumpkin pie, and if you'll even let me eat any if we have any.
You know what? Just admit you do not like cake. You only like Texas sheet cake. You never eat a whole lot of it.
But the cake you ate all of was my Texas sheet cake.
And you know what?
You ate bitter
a
about
lot.
it.
You ate a lot of that cake.
One piece is not a lot.
You know what? You had to have ate more than that. Okay. Anyway, today the question was asked to me.
You can hide
by Mr.
calories.
Harold.
I can't. If I'd ate the whole cake, I'd be sitting over here like I'd walk through poison sumac or somebody was smoking it, like Barb said.
Oh my
I'd
goodness.
be swollen.
There's so many tips on here for poison ivy. So if you're a poison ivy
we
sufferer,
do not recommend nor condone
I started to
anything
say
that's
there's a
going
lot
to
of
happen
tips though. I don't
with the
know.
old wives'
I started to
tales.
say I have no idea.
We're out.
Anyway,
we take no accountability or liability.
That's right. Oh goodness, Gerald had a birthday on September 12th. Okay, so here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Gerald, all the way in California. Happy birthday to you.
And if you have cake, Melissa will be there.
Oh my goodness. You know what? You're just so mean about that. You're so mean. Like, I did not eat your chocolate cake.
Did you eat all the strawberry cake? Did anybody else have any of the strawberry cake?
Yes, actually they did.
One other person, the person who made it.
No. There was more than that.
Oh, I don't think so.
Oh my God. You don't like cake, so you wouldn't have ate any of that strawberry cake anyway. Like, seriously. Okay, pumpkin pie is boring.
Was the cake good, Melissa?
You know what? The cake, my strawberry cake is excellent.
The dogs did not get into the cake.
No, they did not. No. Okay. Pumpkin pie is boring. They did not get in the cake. It was not
So
all
you-
fluid in their
right,
beards.
Right. So nobody else ate the cake.
That's not true. There was 3 other people in our house.
All right.
Okay, pumpkin pie is boring. I make a double
Vinegar.
layer pumpkin pie,
Oh, vinegar.
which is a pumpkin pie cheesecake with a graham cracker crust. Oh my goodness, that just sounds like,
It was this big, Jake.
you know what? That is,
Deep and wide.
Yeah, that's about how
and
big his
wide.
piece
There's a
was,
fountain
Jake.
flowing deep.
Anyway, that sounds absolutely sinful, Lana. Okay, so I've got a question for you guys. You ready?
Yeah.
First question of the night goes like this. And this was asked to me today. Pumpkin pie or sweet potato pie? Pumpkin pie or sweet potato pie? This was asked today. This is like a big deal. Pumpkin pie or sweet potato pie? I'm just saying. Anyway,
Well, I guess maybe.
so what happened with Amanda and Philip?
So Amanda hurt her knee.
Oh, no.
And she's on a walker.
No. Oh, goodness. Praying for you, Amanda. Oh, my goodness.
I
Praying
forget that I can
for
read
you.
all these like that.
Yeah, because I don't keep looking down. I look
I
up in
messed
the
my knee
camera.
up on Tuesday.
Oh, my goodness. Praying for you, Amanda. Oh, my. That sounds just absolutely...
And for those of you who are wondering who is
Painful?
cold, I am.
I'm not.
I have a
This
blanket.
is great.
Because
I feel so good.
I was perfectly content until somebody turned a fan on. And I think it's because of all the sugar from the cake that they're warm and sweating.
Like, I haven't
All right.
had cake for days.
Really?
It's been 2 days since I've had cake.
I haven't had cake for days. Only been 2 days. I didn't eat any cake, just the whole cake.
I did not eat the whole cake.
We're starting to see kind of the pattern here.
Oh my goodness. Let's talk about your patterns. Anyway. Here we
pumpkin.
go. All right.
Pumpkin.
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 Pumpkin. Okay.
See
you
you
tomorrow,
tomorrow.
Sarah.
Pumpkin. Hello, Kimberly.
Yes. Oh, hey, Kim. Pumpkin.
pumpkin.
Okay.
Both.
Both.
Not an answer.
Okay.
One or the other.
Yeah, but-
What's your favorite
She's like
of those
pumpkin,
two?
sweet potato.
Pumpkin.
Sweet potato. Pumpkin
Pumpkin
pie.
pie.
Pumpkin pie. They're both really good, but pumpkin
That's what
pie
I would be doing,
tops them.
Brian. If it was sweet potato pie and pumpkin in front of me, I think I would.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
I would just let Melissa eat it, and it'll
They're
be
both
fine.
really good, but pumpkin pie tops them. Sweet potato
sweet
pie.
potato
Hey, Don, all the way in Wisconsin.
Lots of whipped cream.
Okay, so that's like a big deal. Like you're not supposed to put whipped cream on your sweet potato pie.
Who comes up with these rules?
No marshmallows or whatever.
Who comes up with these rules?
I don't know. I have
Seriously.
learned a lot of food rules in the last 6 months.
I hear people say, they say. Who's they?
Yeah, but they say there's a lot of food rules.
Who's they?
Okay? There's a lot of
It's
food
my
rules.
food. Let me eat it how I
Okay,
want.
neither, but if I had to pumpkin pie,
That's it. That's stepping out.
pumpkin pie or squash pie,
That's squash pie?
interesting, okay?
Wait a
Pumpkin
minute,
pie.
but isn't a pumpkin in the squash family?
Oh, I
Like a
think
gourd and all that? Isn't it like in the same
I think so.
pumpkin pie?
Pie,
Dina says both.
both.
Jake says
Pumpkin,
pumpkin.
sweet potato pie,
Pumpkin
pie all the way.
Like I said, double layer pumpkin pie.
Oh my goodness, that sounds absolutely
Edwards is
sinful.
pumpkin for certain.
All right,
John
pumpkin.
is pumpkin. Casey is my answer.
And Casey knows what I'm talking about because Casey was there when this question was asked today at our Chalk It Up event. Huge shout out to all the families who came out today. Awesome.
Pumpkin with whipped cream.
See, like this is okay, but Pastor Michael was there today too.
Can't
so
have whipped cream.
I guess you're not supposed to have whipped
They-
cream.
They
I
say
don't know. Okay, I've never had sweet potato, but I hear it is fabulous
pumpkin. George, you're about to get a lecture.
with lots of whipped cream. No, it's just it's what I
They
heard.
say no whipped cream.
Ding 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 ding. We have a
No.
winner. Hey Alicia. Oh, praying. It's
Yes.
so good to see your name.
Good to see you.
So good to see your
Miss
name.
you.
Yes, definitely miss you, girl. Hopefully see you soon. If either on site or online.
Micah
so
says
good to see you tonight.
neither.
Neither. It's a texture thing. A lot of people have those texture issues. Like They can't eat like yogurt and things like that. Cake for days. You know what? Yeah, cake for days. I haven't had it. Cake.
John, I'm teeing the ball up for you for tomorrow. See y'all tomorrow? Yes, I see you.
Yeah.
We still have the AC and 3 fans going in the apartment. Oh, my.
Wow.
Someone sounds bitter. She sure does.
He is bitter.
She sure
Oh, goodness.
does.
Poor. Yeah, exactly.
Little fib
So
going on.
poor him.
I'd prefer chocolate pie.
Ooh, now good chocolate pie. So do you like meringue or like a whipped?
That sounds really
like
good right
whipped
now.
on it. You know what makes a good chocolate pie? John Mayer's makes an excellent chocolate pie.
Hey, John.
Okay, pumpkin.
John.
Is John on tonight?
John, I'll take a chocolate pie. But don't tell her. Because I won't get any then.
John, that is not
You just said,
true.
yeah.
I like it, but that doesn't mean you won't get any.
I see what happens when you like it.
Oh, my goodness. Pumpkin,
I'll
I'm
eat
not
it
going to
at the
lie. I think
office.
pie is better than cake. You know, Jake, a lot of people feel that way.
I'm with you.
A lot of people like pie. That now you're being truthful because you don't like cake. For our wedding, he was like, "We seriously have to do that cake picture."
I like cake.
in my mouth.
I like cake. Ice cream cake.
Yeah, well, we weren't doing that at our wedding. All
Well,
right.
why not? Because
Let's see.
they say you have to have traditional cake.
Sweet potato casserole and pumpkin pie. So you like yours in a casserole, Miss Allegra, but pumpkin in a pie. I think they taste the same, but our airman says pumpkin is the real one. Sweet potato pie is fake. Sweet potato pie, and ice cream. Interesting. It's like church people. A lot of rules we don't know where they started, but they're still the rules.
And we're going to keep doing them.
Yeah.
I think I told this story Friday
Even
night.
when we don't understand them. Yeah, this is a good story.
Many of you probably
Good
heard me say
reminder.
the story that this woman, they were getting ready for Thanksgiving, and she pulls out the ham. She cut the end of the ham off and put it in the pan, put it away. And the daughter said, "Why do you cut the end off of the ham?" She goes, "I don't know. My mother did it." So they went to her mother and said, "Why did you cut the end off the ham?" She goes, "I don't know. My mother did it." And they went and asked her. She said, "Why did you do it?" She said, "Well, I don't know. My mother did it." And they went and asked her. She said, "Well, the pan was too short."
I didn't have enough room.
So they created a whole tradition of cutting the end of the ham off. But the real thing was that what had nothing to do with cutting the end of the ham off. It was just that the ham didn't fit in the pan. And I think a lot of us get into those little ruts like that.
Oh, absolutely we do. Absolutely.
Let's see.
Absolutely.
You don't have to eat cake to be warm.
All the time. Sounds like Pastor Jason. Oh.
I never used to be.
Oh.
I never used to be.
Woo, woo, woo. Pastor Michael's like, I make up my own food rules. That's what I do. I went to culinary school. There are no food rules. Ooh, look at that. Lana weighs in. There you go.
Who's they? Them. Right.
Yeah.
Them people.
Marshmallows on sweet potato and whipped cream on pumpkin, or however you want to eat it.
If I get to eat any.
Definitely praying, Vera.
Yeah,
Definitely
absolutely.
praying.
Squash pie is
old-fashioned.
And I'm sorry. You basically make it just like pumpkin, which I don't know how to do that. But use some type of winter squash instead of the pumpkin.
There we go. Now you know. Night all, putting Abby to bed.
Neither.
All
agree,
right.
Sue.
Yes, so see you tomorrow, Miss Linda.
Megan, have you seen the TikTok thing, which was a
No.
long time ago, where they cut the strawberry and the bugs come out of it?
Yeah, they said that's not true because I had a lot of friends that did it and that didn't happen for them. So I don't know.
It was on
Whipped cream
Facebook.
on
It has to
top?
be true.
Oh my goodness, that was fact checked. They say is conjecture from the devil. Amen,
Amen.
brother. Amen.
French silk pie.
Okay, now I have heard that's amazing. I've never had it, but I've heard that French silk pie is just amazing.
I'm about
Guess
to
we flunked since we like whipped cream.
about
You
to
go,
run around.
George. I'm flunked with you.
Don't give it to
Got
Casey.
the order. Send it with Casey.
Don't
soon.
give it to Casey. Casey works for her. I'll never see it. They'll send a thank you and stamp my name on it and have ate the whole
John
thing.
knows that.
I won't even know.
You're so all right. Thank you,
I'll
John.
be up there preaching.
Thank you, John.
I'll be up there preaching. They'll be in there in the green room eating it.
Maybe you guys need his and her cakes. You know, we actually do need his and her cakes.
The chocolate cake was a his cake.
And yeah, he ate it. There we go.
I'll be up there working.
All
It'll
right.
be just like Live at 9. I'll do all the work, and she'll be sipping tea, eating my chocolate pie.
Oh, there we go. Joyce says her daughter makes the best sweet potato casserole with brown sugar and pecans on the top. That's how my mom always made it too. So really, really, really
Okay,
good.
I was going to say, I had to read the word casserole. I was like, that sounds more like a casserole. That's why your mom makes them for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, and it's so good. Yes. I love to roast pecan with cinnamon and sugar. Oh, yeah. Well, those are actually so good. So good. But like, yeah. Can't handle chocolate pie.
Edward.
Too sweet, too gross looking. Texture is blue.
Edward, for your birthday, I've ordered a chocolate pie. And since you don't like it,
He'll eat the whole thing.
I'll be able to partake of yours because
There we
I
go.
won't
See?
get the one that was intended.
He's not.
for
He
me.
doesn't really care about you, Edward. It's not about you.
I care about you, Edward. I care. I've ordered shrimp scampi for you.
The words of affirmation are coming out of my mouth right now, Edward.
See what I said?
He orders shrimp scampi. That's just me. I would never order you shrimp scampi, Pastor Edward, ever.
Oh, no. No. She'll just check your food and tell you there's no shrimp in it until halfway through.
Hey, I am the one that caught the shrimp
After
fiasco.
he ate it.
No, beforehand. Pastor Edward, weigh in on this because I did catch that it looked like it has been
She
spooned
was trying to
off.
kill you, Pastor
No,
Edward.
I did not.
I was looking out for you.
I actually said, that looks like the shrimp has been scraped off. I hope Pastor Edward weighs in on this. Like, Pastor Edward needs to settle this.
You know, talking about pie and cake, weigh in is probably not the topic of conversation we want to have. Talking about eating pie and cake and going, I hope he weighs in.
Okay. I hope he addresses
Just to be
this.
clear,
Yes.
we're friends with Edward.
Absolutely, absolutely. Love
Okay.
him and Tina. And
I don't have
so,
to-
You
I
know
don't
what?
have it
I don't
either.
even have to. I don't have to exaggerate this. So thankful for Pastor Edward
Yep.
and Tina. Amazing people, and I pray that
She
all
can
of you
cook.
have gotten a chance to know them. And if you haven't, get to know them. They're awesome people. Just fantastic.
John wants
Just
to know about
fantastic.
Apple Crisp. Now notice,
Ooh.
Live at 9 has come full circle, and we're talking about food again.
Okay, but apple crisp. Okay, so one time I got this apple thing that literally it was only like it wasn't very big. So like this is like a normal pie right here in my like. to
Show
give
us
you.
what the normal pie is.
Okay, but it's like 9 inches. Like that's a pie pan. This is like this tiny, and in this it was like that tall. I mean, it was huge, and it had.
Did you eat
crust.
all that one?
No, I couldn't. It was so rich, but it had the crust that went up, and like 2 full, or I'm sorry, not 2 full, but it was like 4 to 6 apples had been
Is that the
cut
one
up.
that Sissy made?
Yes. Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
that was insanely good. Insanely good.
Apple Crisp.
So I love apple crisp.
So Bryn makes a phenomenal apple pie.
Yes, she does.
I love some chocolate pie and cherry pie. I'm in. You remember the old, like, little individual pies you
They
could
were
buy?
like frosted.
Oh, yeah.
That would be right up his alley.
Yeah.
It's right up his alley.
I think a trip to Krispy Kreme's in my future.
It's way too sweet for me.
Ooh.
Way too sweet. It had so much frosting and cherry and oh, it was way too sweet. I like cherry
Make it
pie, but
sweet,
I like
John.
the inside of it.
Make it sweet.
Ah,
Apparently
there we
she doesn't
go.
like sweet things.
But you can
Which
eat pumpkin pie.
Might be an
Yes.
issue here.
I love
'cause
pumpkin
I'm
pie.
sweet.
Oh my goodness. Get a white pie. Okay, so
We've had this conversation.
white
a
pie,
lot.
Burton's, I guess, is the place to get them. So I think that a white pie is actually a sugar cream pie. And my mom can make a fantastic sugar cream pie. And we talked about this. My mom gave the recipe and all that. Super, super, super good.
So Amanda Hahn makes a homemade chocolate pie.
Oh.
Hey, we're neighbors now.
Mmm. Homemade chocolate pie.
You hurt your knee. We'll walk down and get it. Chocolate pie does not make it to Pastor Jay. It's tomorrow's headline.
Woo! Yeah.
Yep. And Melissa,
Yeah.
Melissa's doing this.
Yeah, right. Peach cobbler with ice cream. Come on, somebody. Can we just give the Lord some praise?
Peach cobbler. I missed that at the Hideout.
Yes, yes. Hideout should be opening
This should be
soon.
opening soon.
Yeah, I'm excited about that.
All
I
right,
guess they've done some remodeling.
Kentucky Derby pie.
Ooh. You know what? I've never had a Kentucky Derby pie.
Shrimp scampi pie.
I need.
Oh, we're
Who
good.
said that?
Gerald.
Yeah, no, we can't have a shrimp scampi pie.
Dave said, Pastor, stay out of it.
So, yeah. Peanut butter pie is good too.
She
Rich,
saved
but
my
good.
life.
I
okay,
did.
wait a minute. All right,
Oh,
it's like
that's so-
shoving somebody into the lake and then having a tube in your back pocket. That's
No,
what it was like.
That is not what happened. I literally, she brought that. I'm like, you can't have that. Like, there's
And then she went,
shrimp on that.
Okay, go ahead and eat it.
No, that is not what happened. Takes it back. She brings it back. Bless her heart. The waitress brings it back. And it looks like it'd been scraped off. I'm like, that looks like it's been scraped off. I'm sorry. And lo and behold, he starts eating it. And there is a shrimp inside the dish. And he's highly allergic to shrimp. And so I was like, I knew it. I knew that it had been scraped off. It's just really
I
weird.
knew it, but he ate it anyway.
Okay, I tried. I was sitting like right next to him. I was in the middle of like the way this seating was at this table because they put tables together and it just kind of worked out. I was on the end and I'm like, there's something wrong with this dish. Like, there's something wrong. It's gonna hurt him. So
It did.
Yeah, I did. I was like, oh my goodness. And thank God his wife had some allergy. I mean, quick thinking, had allergy medicine in the car, but literally face starts swelling. I mean, like I was scared to death. So anyway, yeah. He's highly allergic
Now that
to
we've
shrimp.
discussed the personal life of Edward,
I don't think he minds because he was very like, yeah, shrimp
that was like 9 months ago.
oh my gosh, how's that even possible?
That was 9 months ago because it was January or February. It was from February, wasn't it?
February? Yeah, it had to be in February.
That'd be February. or the
Because
first
we've
week
been
of
locked
March.
down.
We've been locked down. I ain't been to Thai D in forever.
Yeah, anyway.
I went to Dillard's for the first time in a year. And Fred was on break.
Was he really?
yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay. All right.
Apple dumplings.
Apple dumplings. Yes. Yay, God.
You want rich? Death by chocolate. That's like on a
Oh.
menu somewhere.
Yeah. So what about that dessert at Serendipity 3 that's like $1,000 dessert?
Oh.
It's $1,000
No,
dessert.
their Sundays are enough to
Oh
put
my
you in
goodness.
overload.
The mint frozen hot chocolate is so good.
Probably never get another one.
I know. I hope we do. I like Dixie cream. Woo! Yeah.
Let's see.
Krispy Kreme over Dunkin'. I don't know.
Well, there's a
I like
debate.
them both.
There's a
I
debate.
like them both.
Or
I
Dunkin'
Boston
Donuts.
cream donuts.
Or Dixie cream.
Yeah, I'm with Lana. I can't handle a lot of icing on anything. Now, the only icing that I can actually handle is that whipped white. Like, that's really good. But I honestly, too much icing can just be like sugar overload.
Then how did you muster the strength to eat my chocolate cake?
Lord help me. I make a wonderful cheesecake. Ooh.
We
I like cheesecake.
yeah.
Okay, we need one of those old-fashioned recipe books. Yes.
I just need
There
to
was
tell-
one, Gerald. I did put one out.
I just need to
Actually
tell
have
Larry's House of Cookies.
Oh, there we go. Larry's
Oh,
House of
excuse me.
Cakes.
Don't mean to yawn on camera.
Yeah. Oh goodness. Any cobbler
like
with
I've
ice
eaten
cream.
20
See, I'm like,
desserts.
I suppose we will have to make a housewarming gift. I can have Phil bring it by when he's walking the dogs.
That's called guilt and condemnation, and you should not
Yeah.
receive that into your life.
That's right. Amanda.
However, I
do
will
not let
receive
him
the chocolate
do that.
cake and pie into my life.
We want you to get better, is what we want.
All right.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Did a cookbook. There we go.
Beware of the
shrimp.
shrimp.
Yes. Yes. My mother-in-law makes the best chocolate pie and coconut pie. I'm not a big coconut pie lover, but if it's done right, it's good. It's
We
good.
sold them all.
Ooh, I'll see. I don't think we have any more, Gerald.
Yeah.
Let me
Fred,
see.
Fred texted me.
Yes.
I ain't paying $1,000 for dessert.
I'm telling you, it's
Wait a
got
minute.
like gold flakes
We
in
gotta
it.
say that
It's
in Michael
so
Dupree's voice. I ain't paying no $1,000 for no dessert.
There we go. All right.
Some
I
bowl
like
of
Dixie
peanuts,
Cream
maybe.
too. Dixie Cream in West Frankfort. Actually, there's a Dixie Cream in Herring.
Herring now.
Gerald.
There's a Dixie Cream in Herring.
Cream in Herring. Let's
Used
see.
to be the old like oil change place.
Boston cream pie. I'm not a Boston cream pie, but I love a Boston cream pie donut, like a Boston cream donut.
Right. That's what.
Les
so
can't eat any
Edward
shot-
can't
yeah.
have any crust. I scraped the icing off of everything.
Yeah, if you're not careful, it can be really, really, really rich, and that can make me sick. Okay, let's all bring Pastor J and M desserts tomorrow. Let's not,
it's your
Pastor
birthday.
Edward. It's your birthday.
It's
They
your
should be bringing
birthday.
them to you. anyway, I scrape icing off, but only because I have to. And yeah.
Include chocolate cake and raw
No,
potatoes.
nobody needs raw potatoes. Just saying. All right.
Chocolate pecan pie.
Oh, now that just sounds rich.
I'll spit out the
but
pecans,
Really,
but-
really, really good. I love a good pecan pie with a hot cup of coffee. Fresh cup of coffee.
You like coffee, period.
I know.
Like, you could have
I think I really
cardboard and
surprised.
coffee.
I think I really surprised my mom the other day on the phone. I had to go to the doctor, and so I called my mom on the way home, and she's like, "So how'd it go?" And I'm like, "Well, aside from the doctor telling me that I drink way too much caffeine, I said my appointment went really well." And she's like, "Well, you don't drink caffeine," and I'm like, "Yep, I do." And she's like, "Well, I thought you drank decaf." I said, "Well, I'm supposed to, and I do drink some decaf with coffee, but." I mainly just drink caffeinated coffee. And my mom's like, "Well, you don't drink that much." And then when I told her how much I drank each day, my mom was like, "Melissa, that is too much caffeine." She's like, "How in the world?" Her exact words were, "How does anyone handle you?" Spoken like a mama who raised me. Who knew?
Sue,
Woo!
Wade, we need help.
She's like, I seriously.
More
like,
discipline
"Does anyone
years
handle
ago
you?"
would have helped me.
Yeah, anyway. All right.
Yeah, anyway.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
there
eat
we
your
go.
chocolate
Yeah.
cake and you're
I
gonna
do not
like
like coconut. I know, shocking. No, Megan, we are not shocked at all, but that's okay.
Bourbon
That's okay.
pecan
We
pie,
still love you.
cheesecake.
What
I
is
think
it?
you're just making cheesecake as an excuse to have some bourbon. Casey.
They get their donuts from Dixie Cream.
Yeah.
Oh,
This one
wow.
right here.
Bourbon. Pecan pie. Cheesecake. Yes, I just
We're
said
gonna
pecan
have
because
a
that's
lot
how
of
you
bourbon
say it.
and very little
Pecan.
cheesecake.
It's a pecan. Yeah, bourbon pecan
And
pie.
all the super spiritual people just about ready to send me an email.
Oh,
What do you mean, bourbon?
Oh, bless
Yeah,
them, Lord.
yeah. You guys go get your Jack Daniels ribs too.
Ah, there we go. I hear Shay.
I could turn
If I
back
could turn
time.
back time, I give it all to you. Man, that's like going back in time. Folks, you can't make it up. It's like you can't make it up.
Yeah.
If I can turn back time. Okay.
Okay,
Come
but-
on now. When you cook with it, the alcohol cooks out. That's right.
I could see Melissa. She ever cooked alcohol.
Wonder if this goes good in coffee.
I think people probably thought we've been doing that before we got on live at 9.
Just saying. All right, I have proved that the wine Jesus made was alcoholic. Sorry,
boy.
guys, it was.
You just stirred the hornet's
I
nest.
know. I'm like, yeah.
Well,
And we did go to Cana, though. We did see what
That was one of the
happened.
first questions when we were trying to become pastor, or they were interviewing us to be pastors. Now, when you take communion, is it grape juice or is it wine? And I'm like, well, if we wait long enough.
Look at that. Megan just called me special.
That's the pot calling the kettle black, Megan.
Oh, I love it. Speaking in terms
Bless your
of
heart.
tea instead of coffee, I can drink regular tea, but decaf tea with sweeteners is usually gross.
Now, I will get the hate messages. Thank
Who
you.
doesn't have caffeine? Who doesn't have caffeine? This live at 9 is too funny. Yeah, you know what? We're trying. We're trying tonight.
Yeah, I think
We're
life's a
trying.
little too serious at the moment.
Yeah. I don't know. Is it too? Okay, so have we missed anything there? Who doesn't have caffeine? You know what? Like, yeah. Yeah, I told my mom, I was like, I'm trying. You know,
I think-
Megan's like, ouch.
Tea with sweetener, period, is gross.
Mm.
And we've used the tea and being warm with sugar as a summer illustration a lot. It doesn't dissolve.
Only if it's cold.
So,
But if it's hot,
on
it
a
dissolves.
whole
Woo!
on
Glory!
a whole other note,
Oh, goodness gracious. Where are you going now?
I hardly ever, I can think maybe one other time in my life on especially Live at 9, have I ever recommended a sermon.
Oh, there we go.
And there's just no way that anybody else could ever preach that sermon. For all of you that love listening to podcasts, you need to go listen to Devin Wallace. Devin is Devin, and Wallace, Wallace. It's a woman. And it is by far probably one of the best sermons I have ever heard.
Yep.
And it is called Face to Face. It will be, you need to listen to it. You need to take time to listen to it. It's an hour long.
Yep.
And you'll need another hour after that for you. I listened to it on my way to Romeoville on Tuesday, and then listened to it on the way back. Phenomenal, and I've sent it off to bunches of people. So, phenomenal sermon. Listen to it, just absolutely amazing. So,
yeah, Pastor Michael says so good. It's back from July. So,
Yeah.
Just, it might take you a little bit to find it on there if you listen to podcasts. I would imagine you could probably find it on YouTube as well. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I'm sure there's lots of different ways. Maybe Facebook.
The podcast would be Redemption Church. No.
Redemption to the Nations, I think it is.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
podcast. It's the church's podcast. She's the senior pastor's wife, and flat rips it down.
She is like extremely educated.
Yes, thank you, Gerald. Yeah,
Yeah.
you will not regret
Devin
it.
Wallace, Face to Face, yes.
Matter of fact, there are certain sermons that you listen to that you need to push pause and kind of let it saturate in, and then go back. So Devin Wallace, and the sermon is called Face to Face.
And Carrie, Gerald Payton actually put that right here.
Right
Here,
there.
we're going to throw that up so you can kind of see it. If we need to throw it up again, we
Pastor
will.
Michael, can you put the name of the church up there? Redemption to the Nations or something like that.
Yeah, it's RTTN.
I just always want to say Ruach, but that's the conference that they do, which Ruach is wind.
It's on YouTube. There
Okay.
we go. That's awesome. Thank you, Jake, for checking that.
So
fantastic
you will not
message.
regret the sermon. Just absolutely amazing. I guess she speaks 3 languages, and she drops more Greek in that sermon and talks about the year that we're in. Very, very, very wonderful sermon. So I was just looking for something new to listen to on the 5-hour drive that I had there, and then 5 hours back. So I listened to a lot of sermons. That was by far the best. That
Redemption
I've
to the
heard in a
Nations,
long
yes.
time.
Yeah, fantastic church, doing a fantastic work in Chattanooga, Tennessee. And, yeah, Devin and Kevin Wallace. Continue to pray for Kevin. Pastor Kevin, he had COVID. I think he's over COVID, but he's got some lasting lung issues. And so we need to pray that all of those complications cease and desist in the name of Jesus. He's the one that called COVID demonic.
And so this is before he contracted it, but very relevant. It's relevant no matter what season we're in, but very specific to the season we're in is very, very relevant to where we're at.
Love that.
You'll enjoy it.
Love
if you don't
that.
enjoy it, okay.
Yeah.
Let every person.
There we go. Pastor Mike has actually put that up to give you the
I don't know
exact
if you-
link right there.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably on Southern Illinois Worship Center's Facebook. So you can watch it on Facebook. All pastors need prayer. This has been a very hard time. Yeah, I shared an article, and I actually on my Melissa McKinnis page, and I said, please pray for your church's pastor. And a lot of people took that to meaning my husband. But I have a lot of people on my Facebook page that don't attend SIWC. They're actually in Indiana and Florida and different places. And all pastors right now are being attacked. Either they're contracting COVID or dealing with the different opinions of COVID in their churches, mask or no mask, hoax, not a hoax. I mean, just so many different, you just wouldn't believe all the stuff you hear, and you're just doing the best you can, and you're just trying to follow the Lord's leading, and you're trying to stay open. Exactly is what it is. And so then, just so many other issues going on, and just, you're doing things online. So many pastors and churches were not online at all to try to get online. So not only are you not around your congregation, you're watching people begin to suffer, you're watching depression set in, you're watching just despair. A lot of I've read so many articles in the last week on how this is just really taking a toll on our elderly population. And so you had just have all those different things, and then churches were trying to get online. You couldn't get equipment to get online. You're feeling like what you're doing isn't effective. People don't tune in. People don't comment.
Well,
it's just a lot.
So this is just me going to say what I'm going to say, and Melissa will sip her tea and try to corral me. But for years, people have not paid attention to what the church has said. We just go to church, but we don't pay attention. We don't listen to the announcements. We don't listen to anything, and then we just think, well, I'll figure it out, or I'll just call somebody, or whatever it may be. And what I have found is that the misinformation has traveled much faster than the real information, and people never even call into the church to find out what real information is. They just listen, and the gossips have been on overtime. And by gossip, I don't just mean information about, I have on you or whatever. Just gossips are people who love to bear a tale. That's why the Bible calls them tale bearers. And so they'll take a little bit of truth and twist that. For instance, we've been hearing all kinds of people say that we're demanding that every person that comes to church fit a certain criteria. And nothing could be further from the truth.
Amen.
Every person is welcome, and we have some recommendations, but in no way, shape, or form have we ever put out anything that has made demands of people in order for them to be able to worship. But we have people who will run around and tell those stories. So this is a time to actually focus on truth, real truth, whether that's biblical truth or the truth about what's actually going on, and focus there and stop listening to the people who continually bear a tale that is not true. This is where my whole statement, where I despise church people, comes from, is because I grew up with people and been in church long enough to see so many people who can bear a tale. And one of the most disgusting things is the amount of people who will believe the tale over the truth. And the problem is that you're thinking about these things instead of, the idea of being able to decipher, would my church actually do that? Would they actually do that? Would they actually do that? And we're so gullible. We're gullible politically, we're gullible socially, we're gullible economically, and we are now becoming gullible spiritually. And it is time, I think the Romans says, wake up.
Yes.
Shake yourself
Amen.
awake and realize that people say whatever they want to say, and a lot of people don't want to say they don't know, so they just make something up and throw it out there. And we've been hearing this over the last 2 or 3 weeks, people saying, well, I heard. Well, just ask us, and we'd be more than happy to say exactly what the truth is.
I was just thinking about that. You said that people will believe the tale, right? That portion of Scripture says that we are the head and not the tail.
Yeah.
And those that believe the tale will often talk to the tail, let the tail tell them a tale, and instead of going to the head and finding out what the head is saying, they already believe they're the tail. So because they believe they're the tail, they talk to other tails, and they tell a tale, and then you have a whole big problem.
You and I knew.
Hope that made sense.
You and I knew somebody that lied so much that they believed their lies to be truth.
Oh, wasn't even it? It was like, you ever been around somebody like that? Like, they live, and we talked about this today, or I think it was last night maybe, that the alternate realities. And that's what happens when you lie to yourself so much, or you believe the lie. Like if you tell a lie and you believe your lie, that's an alternate reality. And that is very, very, very scary. And that's where the enemy wants you to be. The enemy wants you to live in an alternate reality where lies are truth. And that, it takes a lot. I've been studying Daniel, right? I've been Daniel. I think the thing that has captivated me the most about Daniel in these last few chapters I've been reading about is that when Daniel prayed, the word actually says this. When Daniel prayed, heaven took notice. Heaven always gave him an answer. Always gave him an answer, because he says, you know what, Daniel, you're very precious to me. Daniel took the time to know his God. He took the time to say, okay, I don't understand this. So instead of me just surmising and instead of me just assuming, I'm just going to ask for clarity. I'm going to ask for direction. I'm going to ask, what does this mean? I don't want to assume. And that's how lies start a lot of times. We assume something, or we make up something because we haven't went to the head and asked the head, or we haven't went to that person and asked the person about whom you're hearing all this junk about. I mean, all these different things. You need to make sure that you're living a life of integrity. And a life of integrity, you don't believe a lie, and you don't tell lies, and you don't spread lies. That's not a life of integrity. And that's what the Bible says that Daniel had. Daniel was a man of integrity, and he knew God. God knew him. And when he prayed, heaven took notice. Heaven took notice. I don't know, just really probably doesn't have anything to do with what you're talking about, but
no,
it's kind of how
well,
I don't know. It's really stuck out to me.
He had favor with 3 different leaders. Daniel did. 3 different leaders. That speaks to the character and the integrity of it. And he did not have to go, the old term is to be a herald. He didn't have to go boast himself or
H-E-R-A.
herald.
Yeah,
Like
H-E-R-A-L-D.
H-E-R-A-L-D.
Yeah, herald
Hark
it out.
the herald
angels
angels sing. They're making an announcement out there about who they were, how, what his position was. Daniel just was who he was, and his life spoke for itself. And it's just so we tomorrow have 9, 11, and 1 on site and online. We'll be live tomorrow, so we didn't pre-record a service. We're going to try to keep going live as long as we can, and it is our goal, it is our intention to do everything in our power to keep the church open. We've been blessed and favored so far that we've not had any major
Well, I just think that
complications, let's put it that way.
I thank people for being honorable and, saying, hey, I don't feel good, I'm not going.
Right.
I'll stay home this week. Or, it's just, we have some wonderful people that call SIWC home. And so I just thank you guys for being honorable. Thank you that if you're, concerned, those that have not come back in the building yet. And I say yet because I'm praying that one day soon we're all able to be together, free of fear and free of worry, because there are, it's genuine worries. But I can't, I just know that I'm so thankful for the people that make it SIWC home, and those that watch online. They're engaged. They're there. They're present. They're loving on other people. The people that are on site are, air hugs and air high fives, and just joy in the air. So I just love that. I love that.
Church has been good, been pretty amazing.
Yes, Megan's like, yay for another live service. Yeah. Megan is one that is an online watcher right now, her and Terry, and both her and Terry engage while they're on, and I absolutely love that. So if you're an online person, go ahead and engage online, because, number one, that's how we connect with you, and I love that. So any news on hospitality? Tech team members are hungry and have mentioned wanting food to be cooked again. We're working on that, Lana. It's just some COVID regulations, and so we're working on that. We do know that they're hungry, and we have worship arts team. I know we've got snacks. I think there's snacks over there for them as well. But we're working through that. So thank you so much for the patience. And listen, tech team guys, these guys serve just as faithfully as worship arts team.
When the 1 o'clock ends, I'm ready to go eat.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm ready to go eat.
Absolutely. Yep. Thank you, George. We're thankful for everything you do. George was in the building last week or the week before, and walking around making sure that everybody was good. And I'm thankful for all the teams that we have, and I'm thankful for all the volunteers some volunteers are serving in different capacities than what they normally serve in. And I mean, like some people that never serve on pop signs are serving on pop signs, and some that they're serving right now on comfort. Don't normally serve on comfort. They're ushers, or you know what I mean. So everyone has just stepped up and stepped in to fill needs, and then there's new faces serving. And guys, we're in need of kids workers. So if you're a kids worker, or you have thought about being a kids worker, or you have children and you want to serve in kids, we need people for that too. So
I got to step into the Monday staff meeting and listen to all of the paid staff talk about the struggles that they're having right now. And it never seems like we're having a struggle, but we are. And I basically said it like this: we are a very large, brand new church now. The quarantine wiped out every ministry team we had, and we're having to rebuild everything from the ground up again.
Yes.
Some people who we would normally serve aren't back on site, and so some ministries were waiting to rebuild those teams before we start them back up. And so don't assume anything. Don't assume that we have all the people, or that you're not needed, or you're not wanted.
Absolutely.
You
we
are
need
needed,
people.
and you most definitely are wanted. And all positions need to be filled. There are positions all over the place, and so there's been so much. So they say times like this, whether it be a pandemic or a war or major events like this, create a great migration of people naturally. Same thing is true spiritually.
Amen.
It's a migration. People are moving and shifting and doing all kinds of things happening. And so team leads and staff members are just trying to sort through what is what. And so jump in and help us get back at least to as normal as we can get it at SAWC.
Yeah, and I know that a lot of people, so maybe you're looking for a position that doesn't require a lot of interaction. Like you're kind of, you're still a little, you're on, I liken it to a stop sign: red, yellow, green. And red is, you're completely social distancing. You're like, okay, I'm just really cautious. Yellow is I'm cautious, but I don't mind being around people, but I'm cautious. And green is, I'm cool, I'm good. I don't mind people. I'm good. It's great. So I liken it to that stop sign or stoplight. So there's lots of positions where if you're on red or you're on yellow, you can still serve. I know that sounds crazy, but there are a lot of positions in those. And it's that even if you're on red or yellow, and we need people. Tech team we've lost a ton of volunteers just due to COVID, moving, different things like that. So we are in need of volunteers. Pop signs, it's one of the easiest jobs you'll ever do, and the easiest way to just welcome people in. And you're not around a lot of people. Tech, you're not around a lot of people. You run a camera, you're socially distanced. Pop signs, you're socially distanced. You don't have to be around. Helping us direct people to next steps. You don't have to be around a lot of people. You really don't. I know that sounds crazy, but you really don't. So, comfort team, that would probably be more of a yellow green. But you're wiping down all the doors, your door handles, you're making sure your touch points, you're making sure, so you're wearing gloves, you're wearing a mask, all those different things. So, there's ushering. I know they've kind of implemented a few ushers here and there to help people find seats. Again, it's one of those things where there's so many different areas for you to serve, to where we need help getting snacks ready for like pre-service on Sunday. You don't have to see anybody in order to do that. Parking team, you can be on red and serve in parking team. So
you get to tell people what to do.
Yeah. But I mean, just like telling people bye, just waving people hi and bye. I mean, there's so many ways to serve. And a connections desk, that's more of a green, yellow, green. But there's just many, many ways. So, yeah, there are no small jobs in the kingdom. Lana has that. Yes. I'm with you, Gerald. It's very exciting. How do you find out about what Comfort Team is about? Carrie, I believe that Laurie is on, or Pastor Edward, and he can get right up underneath there. Comfort Team is where you help us make sure that the building is safe. We also have people stationed at sanitizing stations.
Let's just say, for the lack of a better way, it's the defense team.
Yeah, it is.
Anything we open, we have to defend. So, meaning we have to clean it, sanitize it, make sure that it's clean for the very next person. They're managing the amount of people that are in and out of the restrooms. There's a lot of things that are happening. So
I love that. There's so many different things, sanitizing stations, just different areas to serve in, and different areas to greet people and love on people without hugging, without shaking hands. Lots of waving, lots of hi, how are you doing? How can I help? Do you need anything? So I find that, people are they're looking for a friendly hi and a friendly wave. Yeah. So, oh my goodness, is it 10:05? Wow. This has turned into a very exciting conversation. I love talking about serving. There's so many ways to get involved in the kingdom. So, yay.
Well, jump in.
Yes. And Ray, don't forget Next Steps. That's
1 o'clock
a great
service.
way. Happens tomorrow at 1 o'clock, and the next Sunday, 1 o'clock. So it's a great way for you to get connected and meet other people and find a way to serve. I heard today, exciting little news. We have had so many first-time guests and kids during this. We've not really advertised that there's kids happening at one service, so I won't tell you.
I was kind of shocked that you did that.
But we are run out. We're almost out of first-time guest bags.
How do I say this? And
there's
the church is as alive today as it ever has been. We've had baptism. We have more baptisms scheduled. Everything is happening.
Yep.
So we need you.
Yep.
And we will open up ministries as we have the people to do so. That's the way we did it
See
all
you
these
tomorrow,
years.
Chrissy.
And we'll do it again. So
yeah, absolutely.
we love you all. See you tomorrow, 9,
11, and 1. On site or online.
See y'all. Have a great evening.
About Jesus and his love. Oh, I'd heard about it, but I never felt it. Oh, this love.